So my name's Pete Johnson. I'm the Senior Director of Product Management for CliQr. So over the last couple of years, if you'd have come to this show a year ago, folks would have been talking about, do you do private cloud or do you public cloud? And most people agree now that you probably want to do a little bit of both. You want hybrid. So that begs a couple of questions. How do I figure out what cloud is the best placement for each of my workloads? How do I manage it once it gets there? And then how do I slowly roll that out to different audiences in my company? So that's what CliQr does. We provide application-aware cloud management. So you describe your application to us in a cloud-agnostic way, and we can then deploy that on multiple clouds. So in public cloud, we support Amazon, Google, Azure, HP, Rackspace, Dimension Data, and a few others. On private clouds, we support CloudStack, OpenStack, and VMware. So what you can do is you describe that application to us in a cloud-agnostic way, and we can then deploy on all those different clouds. And we have a benchmarking facility that lets you run tests, so run your actual application on different clouds to see what the best home for that is. So some you might want to try to be optimizing price, so you want the cheapest solution. Others, you might be willing to pay whatever you want because you need the speed. Most are going to be somewhere in between the two, and we give you the data so that you can make an informed decision. Now, once those workloads are there, then you have to do the ongoing management of those applications. Our platform not only gives you the ability to get things like CPU utilization, memory utilization, and network usage on individual VMs within your application, we also have this dashboard that gives you a holistic view of where are all my applications deployed, what kind of performance am I getting on them, what percentage of my applications are what type, and those sorts of things. You can get a broad view of what your applications are. The last set is that different audiences. So most people start by rolling out cloud platform management with their system administrators in kind of an operations perspective. But then you might include your development staff, so you have DevOps. And our tooling allows you to give only permissions to certain people through different multi-tenancy, through users and groups. You can grant permissions. That central system administrator group can grant permissions to that developer group so that they can do certain things but not do other things. So you can sort of control who gets to do what. And then you can potentially roll that out in an IT as a service model to your line of business teams who are less technically inclined people but have a point and click interface, so that when they have a project come up and they need to do things like have a project wiki or a calendaring tool or a blog, through about 3 or 4 clicks, they can deploy a server-side application out on a cloud of IT's choosing. So IT gets to maintain that control over who gets to do what, but it's easy enough to use for that non-technical user so that they can deploy those applications out on the cloud that IT chooses, and there's enough metering and billing behind the scenes that IT group can do departmental chargebacks to give you true IT as a service. A couple months ago, we announced our public app store, so we have the ability to, we've already pre-profiled very popular open source applications like Drupal or WordPress or Sugar CRM that people commonly use, so that they can more quickly make use of our tools with commonly used open source tools. We just had exciting news from Interop in Tokyo last week. We were chosen Best in Show for Cloud Platform Management. And then we also just got Gartner Cool Vendor as well. So we got a lot of nice momentum. We're really happy with where the feature set is going, and we're excited about where the future lies for us. So you can go to www.cliqr.com, that's CLIQR, and you can find all kinds of information about the company, about the product. And if you click in the upper right-hand corner, there's a free trial button. You can click on that, and you can get launched with application of your choice from that about 100 different open source applications in about 10 minutes on either HP Cloud, Google, or Amazon. So it's a very quick turnaround time to get into trial with CliQr.